Morning. My name is Ashley Moore. I am presenting today for my class Healthcare Informatics on the mobile health application Caria, a mobile health app focused on menopause. My presentation is titled Caria, Empowering Women During Menopause. I hope you enjoy this presentation. I would briefly like to discuss why I chose the mobile health application Caria. At the age of 27, I had to personally have a total hysterectomy, and when researching the potential applications for this project, I came across Caria and I started doing some research and realized what a wonderful application it was. Briefly, it is Menopause Simplified. This application is a perimenopausal health application designed to track symptoms. The growing need for menopausal focused digital health tools is at an all-time high currently. 85% of women experience symptoms of menopause. 70% of women say menopause impacts their daily life. And lastly, 60% of women feel isolated in their journey. This application empowers women to manage their health through technology. I would like to give a brief definition on what perimenopause is. It refers to the transitional period leading up to menopause, during which a woman's body undergoes hormonal changes that mark the end of reproductive years. This phase is characterized by fluctuations in estrogen levels, and this can lead to various physical and emotional symptoms. Caria is a groundbreaking mobile application specifically tailored for women experiencing that perimenopausal stage up until menopause. This app supports users by offering tools to track symptoms such as mood changes, sleep disturbances, and irregular cycles. And it allows for personalized insights and actionable recommendations, making it a comprehensive companion for managing these two phases of a woman's life. Millions of women experience these symptoms each year, yet it still remains kind of an under-discussed and often misunderstood life stage. Digital tools like Caria are filling a critical gap by providing accessible resources and fostering awareness about symptoms. Caria meets the increasing demand for solutions that prioritize women's health and wellness during midlife transition. And then lastly, by empowering women, we finally have the ability to track our symptoms, but also to educate users and connect them with a supportive community, which can reduce these feelings of isolation. And it helps to promote autonomy, leading to better patient outcomes. There are many great features of Caria. Firstly, symptom tracking. Caria allows users to track a wide range of symptoms, up to 44, including hot flashes, mood changes, sleep disturbances, and fatigue, to name a few. The detailed tracking helps women identify patterns in their symptoms over time to better understand their health. Symptom data can be shared with healthcare providers, enhancing communication and care management. If you look at Figure 1, you will notice on this portion of the application the symptom log. A great feature of this is that you can add it to Siri and do it hands-free without having to open the application. You can track your symptoms from none, low, medium, to high. Depending on where your symptoms range for that day, Caria provides actionable insights that are tailored to the user's unique health profile. These insights include lifestyle recommendations such as dietary changes, exercise suggestions, and stress management techniques. This feature moves beyond generic advice, offering users a truly customizable experience. Next is educational resources and community support. Features within the educational resources include an extensive library of expert content on perimenopause, menopause, which can include articles, videos, and evidence-based tips. Users can also join a community of women experiencing similar challenges, fostering a sense of connection and reducing feelings of isolation. The combination of education and support promotes holistic health management and emotional well-being. As you see in Figure 2 and Figure 3, these are just a few of the features. I would like to highlight to Figure 3. Depending on which symptoms are tracked, you can also create a program, and it will give you educational resources per each day, depending on how you tracked your symptoms within the application. And also within the community support on Figure 2, there are different community polls for different questions. And once you go into those polls, you will see a discussion board where you can speak with other women about your symptoms. As previously mentioned, there are several benefits for users, 3 of which I would like to discuss: improve symptom awareness and management, enhance communication with healthcare providers, and emotional support and community connection. Caria really empowers women to take control of their health by helping them understand their symptoms and triggers. By tracking your symptoms, it allows the users to notice certain patterns and correlations, leading to better management of physical and emotional changes during this stage of life. This proactive approach can improve overall quality of life and reduce the severity of symptoms through timely interventions. Caria providers use a detailed record of their symptoms, which can be shared with healthcare providers during appointments. This data-driven approach allows for more effective conversations and personalized treatment plans. Providers can use this information to recommend lifestyle adjustment, therapies, or medications tailored to the user's needs. And lastly, the application's community feature connects users with others going through similar experiences, creating a supportive and understanding environment. Peer support can help reduce feelings of loneliness and stigma often associated with perimenopause and menopause. Additionally, Caria's educational resources empower users with knowledge, boosting their confidence in managing their health. Next, we will look at user insights. This picture on the left-hand side shows a week snippet of this user's symptoms tracked. On the top left, we see their last menstrual period was June 4th of 2021, and with each day, symptoms were logged. I would like you to look at the date October 23rd. They tracked 4 symptoms for this day. Nausea was low, headaches were low, fatigue was medium, anxiety was low. And underneath that symptom log for that day, we see another column titled triggers, and they put their triggers for their symptoms for this day were sickness as low and sleep deprivation as low. If we look over to the picture on the right hand side, this is a continuation of our Insights tab. They are under Analytics. So if we look at the analytics of this week, October 21st through October 27th, we see that the symptom score is ranging from none to low. And underneath this table, we can see that we can compare it with alcohol, caffeine, cold, commuting. So you can further look at your data and compare it with other things that you scored it with. If you had drank alcohol that day, if you had a cold, etc. And then lastly, I want to point out that this tab also does a really good job of targeting your top symptoms. So if you do go to a doctor's appointment, you can easily pull up these insights to show them what your symptoms were, what triggers you had, and then what your top symptoms were. When looking at the research behind healthcare applications and the evidence-based benefits, there are several studies that show the effectiveness of healthcare applications for their users. There's evidence to show that symptom tracking improves healthcare outcomes. Through applications, users become empowered through education. And lastly, as previously mentioned, community support reduces stress and isolation. These studies are just a few of the many that evaluate the characteristics and quality of existing mobile health applications specifically designed for chronic conditions such as menopause. It helps those to see that these chronic conditions are manageable. These studies also highlight the role of symptom tracking in improving patient outcomes and help users to better understand their health and how they can manage them. Challenges and considerations for the Caria app. First, we must look at data privacy and security risks. It's important to protect sensitive health data collected by apps like Caria. There are concerns about data breaches, third-party sharing, and compliance with privacy laws such as HIPAA. Users should review privacy policies to understand how their information is stored and used. Secondly, accessibility and usability issues. Potential barriers include limited access to smartphones, computers, or the technology skills needed to operate apps like Caria, which could exclude certain users. It's our job as healthcare providers that if we want our patients to use apps like Caria, then we need to help them to walk through the steps on how to download the app or show them the sites they need to access on their computer. And also we need to look at the app's design. It must be intuitive and user-friendly, which I believe that Caria does. It has the ability to accommodate people of all ages and backgrounds. However, one challenge that I do think is specific for Caria is the availability of multiple languages to reach a broader audience. I was only able to, in my research, find that it was available in English, which would not target a lot of users that do not know the English language. And thirdly, we need to look at accuracy and reliability of data. Symptom tracking is valuable, but it relies on user input, which may not always be accurate. There is a potential for app-generated insights or recommendations to be incorrect or overly generic if patients do not honestly track their symptoms or forget to do a day or two of symptom tracking. And users need to consult with their healthcare providers for medical advice rather than relying solely on the app. One thing that I found that was a challenge while using this app was I was able to track my symptoms and triggers for the last several months. However, when I went to export the data for this presentation, I was only able to do 1 week at a time, and it made it difficult for me to try and put all of the information collected over the last several months into one document, which could be a challenge for patients because for me as a healthcare provider, I was able to navigate the app, but trying to export and look at all my data over a larger range of time was difficult, which I could see being a difficulty for other users as well. Now let's look at the research evidence. 1. Effectiveness of symptom tracking in health applications. Research shows how tracking symptoms through health applications helps users to identify patterns and triggers leading to improved self-management. In a study by Ira et al., this systematic review and meta-analysis evaluated the impact of health-related mobile applications on health outcomes. The findings indicated that mobile health apps can significantly improve self-management behaviors and health outcomes across various conditions, underscoring the potential of symptom tracking in apps and enhancing patient engagement and health management. Secondly, for the role of digital tools in managing perimenopause, research shows how technology empowers women by addressing gaps in healthcare support for midlife health issues. In a study by Suss et al., this longitudinal study examined the biopsychosocial changes during perimenopause, highlighting the importance of monitoring symptoms and physiological well-being. While not directly assessing digital tools, the study underscored the need for comprehensive tracking of perimenopausal symptoms, a function that digital tools like Caria can effectively provide. And lastly, I would like to look at the research evidence on the impact of community support on emotional well-being. Evidence shows that connecting with peers through online platforms reduces feelings of isolation and enhances mental health. In a study by Emmett and Mace, the study investigates how social support influences the experiences of menopausal symptoms. The result indicates that the higher levels of social support are associated with reduced stress and severity of menopausal symptoms, emphasizing the importance of community support and enhancing emotional well-being during menopause. So keeping in mind all of the things that we have discussed about Caria as a mobile health application, what does this mean for implications for our own nursing practice? We can promote technology as a resource for patients. Nurses can advocate for the use of health applications to support patient experiences during menopause and perimenopausal stages. Apps like Caria can bridge the gap in care for underserved populations as well, or for those with limited access to specialized providers. Next, we can facilitate patient education on symptom tracking and health applications. The role of nurses as educators is to teach our patients how to use apps effectively to track symptoms and understand their health better. And lastly, incorporating these digital tools into holistic care plans. As nurses, when we come across women that are going through menopause or in those perimenopausal stages, when we develop our own care plans within the hospital setting, we can help women to navigate these applications to help incorporate their symptoms and education into a holistic care plan instead of just treating the symptoms. In conclusion, I think that Caria is a wonderful application. It helps to fill a role in empowering women's health. It is more than just a symptom tracker. It is a comprehensive tool that empowers women to navigate perimenopause and menopause with confidence. It is able to offer a unique combination of personal insights, educational content, and community support. And it brings value in promoting awareness and fostering self-management during a stage often overlooked in healthcare. I think Caria does a great job in bridging the gaps between care and technology. It is a tool that can fill the gaps for women that aren't able to get to their healthcare providers or may need a few evidence-based tools to look over a symptom they may be having. And I think overall it encourages nurses to advocate for digital health tools. By promoting applications like Caria, we can embrace the digital health solutions as part of a holistic patient-centered nursing practice. Overall, I would recommend this application to my patients, but trying to understand that everyone may not have the knowledge or the tools to properly or effectively navigate these applications. So as we continue down our path of technological advances in healthcare, we need to remember when we are educating our patients to also take the time to show them how to navigate these applications and websites. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation today. The next 2 slides list my references. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation today. The next 3 slides list the references I use for this presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation today. The next 2 slides list my references. Thank you very much.